So every week, we put an ad in the paper. We're looking for a specific kind of person, the same kind the Statue of Liberty wants. The tired, the poor, those who've given up. Really, we just want someone who won't be missed. It's an ad for an acting job, but usually the people who get the part couldn't act their way out of a parking ticket. For these guys, we're their first big break. Finally, their talent's being recognized, and they've scored a part in an acclaimed off-Broadway show. Of course, they think it'll be the stepping stone to bigger and better things. And of course, it won't. We call the people in this role burners. You could say our whole production revolves around them. It takes a well-oiled machine to replace actors quick enough that they can learn their part. It's a small part, sure, but it's still not easy to pick up and train new actors that quickly. And our legal department must be wizards, making so many deaths untraceable. Of course, it helps that the witnesses are either in on it or don't believe it. It's nothing short of Herculean, but it's worth it. I guess you could say they're our gimmick. The burners don't know, if I haven't made that clear. They don't know that they're going to be shot on stage until they are, and usually even a little after that. In all the rehearsals, we use a fake gun. And when they've got lines to remember and performance anxiety and plenty of lights in their face, who's gonna notice that this time my revolver's actually real, I fire, the burner screams and collapses in what I'm sure much of the audience thinks is the only good acting he's done all night. And the curtain's down for intermission. It all happens fast enough that no one asks questions, but slow enough that they can definitely enjoy the show. Mostly, they're blissfully oblivious, but that's not to say none of the audience knows what's going on. A lot of them leave during intermission having seen what they came for. There are circles, naturally, where the people know and love what we do. And we know how to market just right to those people. And it lets our tickets go for the same price as tickets to Hamilton. But anyway, this is about me, about my experience. The central motif of our play involves the heart, which demands that I shoot the burners in the chest. Consequently, they're not always out like a light. We can't have a similar problem with bashing their heads with the butt of my gun. And when I tried that with the sledgehammer, we didn't get the floor fixed in time for the next performance. So last night, as a solution to this problem, as well as for my own amusement, I tried to reason with the man dying at my feet. Shh. I bent down slowly over him. He started to yell, so I put my hand on his throat, driving it down until I choked out that sound. I said quiet. I was starting to realize the flaw in this plan. He looked up at me, and his pain and shock were clear. His eyes drifted, but the terror in them was unmistakable. It's a bit scary, but I'd be lying if I said this wasn't my favorite part. Why? He choked out. I don't understand why dying people always demand to know why. Is he asking me? Or the universe? Maybe, facing morality, he's asking if God is truly up there, and if he is, why he was so cruel as to let me shoot the dude in the chest with what he'd assumed was a prop. I couldn't answer the existential, so I told him my reasoning. For the show, I smiled. The dramatic betrayal lands so much better if it's real, we personally think. Working on 2 levels, I guess. Admittedly, I got carried away. I wasn't sure if I was talking to him as much as myself when I continued. I've always thought that the audience could tell a little what's happening. On some level, they know they're watching you be killed, and it thrills them. The intrigue of a murder right in front of them, but without any consequences, because of their plausible deniability. His eyes went blank, and the man I was ranting to now was clearly dead. I didn't stop. They don't want to know, don't want to get their hands dirty, most of them, but I think they all love to see it. This is why they love the show. Even those who don't know it's real. They think they can sense it, think it might be. And they love it. Absolutely love to see what they think they see. I dragged the body off the stage, and the crew rushed in to quickly sop up any blood he'd left. My heart was beating fast. It had been Exhilarating, talking to my victim. Maybe I'll do it next time. Maybe it's more risky, but like that half-clued-in audience, I can't resist. I love to see a man dying while he's monologued at, like I'm watching the transition between earth and void. Like I'm dancing the dance with death myself. I gave him to our disposal crew. Our recruiters will call another hopeful young soul tomorrow morning. The show must go on.